Hello and welcome back. I often get asked why a home still doesn't feel fresh even after lighting a candle or using a diffuser. And I always reply, it's not just the air, it's everything around us. The fabrics we live with every day, our cushions, rugs, dining chairs, they quietly absorb so much. From cooking, from daily life, from all the little moments that make a home feel lived in. And over time, they start holding on to it. So for me, deep cleaning doesn't always begin with scrubbing. It starts here, the things we don't always think about. Taking a little time to wash, air out, and refresh simple pieces like mats and cushions can genuinely change how a space feels. And over time, I have realized that this is what deep cleaning really is. Not trying to do everything in one go, but slowly resetting one part of the home at a time in a way that feels manageable. So today I'm focusing on one of the most used spaces in our home, the kitchen. Wish that I could stay. If there is one place in the house that gets dirty the fastest, it has to be the kitchen, especially in Indian homes. With all the cooking that happens throughout the day, it doesn't take long for grease and build-up to settle in. Today I had a bit of time in the afternoon, so it felt like the perfect moment to reset and deep clean the kitchen. I always like to begin by clearing the countertops completely. It just helps me see things more clearly and makes the whole process feel a lot more manageable. I usually break the cleaning part down into smaller sections so it doesn't feel overwhelming. So today I'll be focusing on the hob and the area around it, the countertops and backsplash, the chimney and the sink, and then finishing off with the cabinets and the floor. Just taking it step by step. Liking for you is all I need until my heart gives in. I will start with the tougher areas first, so while I work on the rest of the kitchen, these can just sit and loosen up a bit on their own. So I removed the chimney net and soaked it in this hot water solution with dish soap and some vinegar. Vinegar really helps with all the grease from everyday cooking. It softens the buildup. So when I come back to clean it later, it will be much more manageable and will not need that extra effort while scrubbing. And small steps like this make a huge difference. Instead of going straight into scrubbing, just giving it a little time to soak make the whole process feel a lot more easier and less tiring. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. And while talking about scrubbing, a big thank you to HOTO for sending me their cordless spin scrubber to review. It's a smart cleaning tool I have been really curious about, especially for deep home and kitchen cleaning like today's. It comes with multiple attachments, which is really helpful depending on what you are cleaning. There are softer sponge heads for more delicate surfaces, slightly firmer scrub pads for everyday cleaning, and mesh or texture heads that work well on tougher grease and buildup. So you can just switch based on the area you are working on. Right from the first look, it feels very well made. The build quality is quite sturdy and it has a nice premium feel to it, something you notice the moment you hold it. What I also found really convenient is how easy it is to attach and change these heads. It's very quick and doesn't interrupt the flow of cleaning. The main unit itself is cordless, which already makes things a lot easier to move around with. It also has an extension cord so you can reach higher or slightly awkward areas without too much effort. Another feature I liked is that you can adjust the angle so it works comfortably whether you are cleaning a flat surface or corners. It also has a simple display that shows the battery level, and you can switch between mode depending on how much power you need. Overall, it just feels like something that can make scrubbing a lot less effort heavy and honestly a bit more enjoyable too. And for anyone who is interested, there is a special Amazon discount coupon for my viewers. So do check the description box for all the details. Back to the kitchen, and I am picking up where I left off with the chimney area. And before I start the actual scrubbing, I gently wiped away the surface oil and built up using a paper towel. Next, I started scrubbing around the chimney area with some mild dish soap and the cordless spin scrubber. And honestly, this step felt so much easier than usual. Normally, when I clean areas like this, especially the cupboards around the chimney, my hands start to ache quite quickly. But with this, the whole process just felt effortless. You can actually feel the power of the motor doing the work, making it so much quicker and less tiring. I just slowly moved through each section, letting the scrubber do its job, and then simply wiped everything clean with a microfiber cloth. If you're enjoying this video, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. It will mean a lot. Then I moved on to the induction hob and the countertops. These are the areas that need regular deep attention because they are used so often throughout the day. I like to slow down here, letting each section get the attention it needs, reaching into all the edges and details. It's a simple step, but it completely changes how the kitchen feels afterwards. And once everything was wiped down, the space already started to feel lighter and more refreshed. I've already cleaned these sugar and salt jars a few days back, so just wipe them down and place them back where they belong. This is honestly my favorite part of the whole process, putting everything back once the kitchen is completely clean and refreshed. The sink is definitely one of those areas in the kitchen that needs a deep clean from time to time. It's something I always like to pay extra attention to. For me, my go-to for the kitchen sink is always the pink stuff. It just brings back that instant shine and helps remove those marks around the drain area with very little effort and almost no scrubbing. After that, I move on to the cabinets under the hob area. This part usually doesn't get too greasy, but it does collect dust, fingerprints and everyday marks. So I just used a little mild soap with a soft old scrubber and gently wipe it down, followed by a microfiber cloth for that clean finish. It's a very simple step, but it instantly freshens up the whole space. Coming back to the sink, I'm using the HOTO Cordless Spin Scrubber again, and I really like how the narrow brush attachment reaches into all the edges and corners. It makes it so much easier to clean around the drain lines and those tight areas where watermarks usually build up. The broader scrub pad works really well for the main surface too, making the whole cleaning process quite quicker and effortless. If I had one small thought, I would say a slightly smaller head for very tight curved edges would make it even more precise. But overall, it really simplifies the job a lot. Once I am done, I just rinse everything down and wipe it clean. For the drain, I use a long spiral brush that goes right inside the outlet. It's really useful for making sure nothing gets stuck inside and everything flows smoothly. And then I dry the sink completely, which itself is so satisfying. To finish, I like to do a quick drain refresh. Just pour in hot boiling water, followed by some baking soda, vinegar, and let it sit for a while without running water through it. This process helps keep things fresh and prevents any buildup over time. And finally, I move on to the floor, especially the areas around the countertop and under the cooktop where most of the hidden dust and oil tends to settle over time. Using the extension attachment of the HOTO Cordless Spin Scrubber, I went through each section slowly, making sure I reach all the corners and edges properly. Once that's done, I mop the floor using a steam mop. This just helps in giving a deeper clean, removing any leftover grease or germs, and leaving the floor feeling fresh and properly reset. And honestly, it feels really great to see the kitchen like this. By this time, the chimney mesh had dried, so I just fixed everything back in place, lit a small candle, and suddenly the whole kitchen just felt calm, clean, and refreshed again. For me, having a clean and organized kitchen is really important because this is where I cook 3 meals every day, and it truly sets the tone for the whole home. It just brings such a sense of calm when the whole space starts to look this clean and refreshed. It just makes daily cooking feel lighter and more enjoyable. I really hope you enjoyed watching this kitchen deep clean and reset. And if this gave you even a small bit of motivation to reset your own space, that makes me really happy. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Happy homemaking.